this is what to play next. So we dug out King's Quest V. This one is not a free-to-play download. You do purchase it on
Have you
GOG.
previously played King's Quest V? Warning, this cartoon contains material that may be necessary for information.
So it is part of a package, so you can get all three, King's Quest 4, 5, and 6. 6 was one of the best all time. I think it's actually listed as one of the best, like, top 10 adventure games all time. If you are new to adventure gaming, or if you're picking up on it from apps, especially in mobile, it's gaining in popularity, then this is a great place to look, because this is essentially where this was born. Sierra was huge. It did all of the Quest series, which had the crossover to RPG. It was then replaced by story-driven gaming, and RPG gave over to combat sequences. We are seeing that come back together because of the simulation bent in apps and that sort of thing. And then, as they cross over into social media, where there's a much more MMORPG aspect to them. So they are starting to have more of a combat interface, or be extraordinarily story-driven. And then also the simulation aspect is lining up and down. So you have three, it's branching out in three different ways. This, of course, has all of that. The combat interface is going to be extraordinarily rudimentary because that wasn't their focus. It was much more about solving puzzles. So again, looking back to the apps, where you'll see you have that reward system because you are playing a game, and so it's heavily game theory motivated, where that's really what the writers and producers tried to go in and figure out what makes this addictive. What happened? Your castle did not have a firm foundation, friend.
Ooh, I can tell you what happened.
Ooh, please do.
What?
I skipped a part of the opening sequence, so, even if you watch the extra 1 minute,
Ooh, I know
go
what
ahead
happened
and
to
run
your
it.
castle. I saw it all. Yes, I did.
You did? Well then, what happened?
Oh, it was the powerful and evil wizard Mordak who did it. Oh, I just happened to be visiting with an old friend when I saw him materialize out of thin air. Thank goodness he didn't notice me.
Don't stop now, go on.
He conjured up a terrible whirlwind that swirled faster and faster around the castle. With another incantation, Mordak then caused the wind to draw the castle up into the sky and out of sight. Oh, it was something to see, all right.
Why would this wizard, Mordak, want my castle? What could he have
Maybe he
against
just
me and
wanted
my
a
family?
castle.
That
Actually,
I don't
know the
know.
answer, obviously.
Oh, I only know that it was Mordak who took your castle and your family.
I did never get all the way through King's Quest 3. I should give it another go.
Perhaps I can help you.
It tried a timer
My
aspect
employer
for,
also happens to be a
game
wizard,
theory.
which is why I recognized
Rewards.
Mordak. Unlike Mordak,
It was
though,
okay.
my employer is a very good wizard.
Survival
His
games.
name is Crispin Arthur, but we all call him Crispin for short.
Crispin.
The only problem
Let's go
is,
see him.
you see...
You're late for a very important date. Now picking up what you put. Yeah, I think I clicked it at some point during this. The animations were overloading the Scumby translator.
Anyway,
So they had definitely reached the outer edges
The
of
only problem is that
what their
Crispin
game
is getting
engine
on
could
in
support.
years and tends to be a bit forgetful.
Unreal does that a lot, where you
I
get
don't
these
know.
skippy
This
frames,
doesn't sound as if
and
it
they
would work.
like to put out there that your graphics card is to blame, and it's just
He just gets a little forgetful now and
you
again.
want me to pay
That's all.
$1,000 so that your game works right. It's
Now,
not
where
even,
is
it's not
it?
RAM, it's
I
not,
know I brought it
it's
with
not
me.
any of the key components
Here
of the
it is.
game. It would be like,
What is that?
Well, it is my opinion that you don't stand a chance against the likes of Mordak.
I'm hurt.
Excuse me for saying, Your Majesty, but you don't have a choice. You must come with me. I'm sure Crispin can help you.
I have my doubts now, friend. I'm willing to hit up your wizard, but there was no need to insult me. Yeah, so it's like saying
What is that stuff?
it actually won't play without Sound
Just some
Blaster.
old
Lots of
leftover
games
fairy dust
got
I've
flagged
been
for that
carrying
back in the
around.
day. Not the same
It'll help you
experience
to
as what they
fly.
landed on.
You can follow me to the land of Serenia, where Crispin and I live.
So this
It's
works.
much too far to walk, you know. I think the fairy dust is still good.
So you're gonna hit me with some fairy dust. You're gonna hit up your boy there. And then what? Just pounce.
Come on, up here.
Oh, this is glorious. I love the necessary male awkwardness. I mean, the English in me says just go. No shame when it comes to girl things. These guys have had their queens. I tracked this down historically, a potential reason for this. Their kings had a turnover for 20 years or whatever. So, their dads would live on and then they would take over and etc. And there would be war. Whatever, KJV had the Bible. He was around for a while. Their queen solidly lasted 6 years. This was before it was cool to live to be old. These bitching king. And then for 60 years, you'd have a frickin' queen. So obviously the culture adapted to be
Come on.
not necessarily feminist
Here I
heavy,
come.
but they had to understand women concretely because the educational system, like I said before, it was cool to be live to be old. These chicks would have 60-year reigns, and it's going way into the way back. I laughed so hard when I ran across that. I was like, that will definitely impact a culture in a way that you do not replicate anywhere else. Things lasted 20 years, you're stuck with a queen, you're done.
Looks like the fairy dust just wore off.
This is how I like to be introduced. If you could chuck me into the drink first.
I've been calling for you.
It's having a wet pants contest.
Well, what have we here? A bit clumsy, are you? Well, come on in the house and dry off. No sense sitting around like a wet dog.
Pay it off $10 at a time. Just one
Cedric,
fighter
go
jet.
into the house and pour each of us a nice hot cup of tea.
They're not pilot jets. Suppose that would make it easier on air traffic control. Who's responsible for airspace? I forget. Did we get chalky milk? I want.
The Society of Wizards has always taken a dim view of Mordak and his abuse of his power. Why, he's even been put on suspension a few times. It never seems to do any good, though.
Crispin, why would Mordak want to take my family or castle? What did we ever do to him?
I'm afraid I don't know the answer to that. Mordak is a very unpredictable wizard. I've never understood that evil mind of his.
So you know who he is.
I thought perhaps you could help His Majesty, Crispin. That's why I brought him here.
Well, let me see now. I used to be a very powerful wizard at one time, you know. But I've gotten a little rusty lately.
A little rusty.
That's quite enough from you, Cedric.
Yes, sir, Crispin, sir.
I don't know what I have that would be of much use to you. Most of my wizard
Some
stuff
of
is pretty
the bird
old
is
and worn out. But let's see what I can find.
This chick was like, she had the straight dope on old man jokes. It was so bad. My dad actually bought me one of her games and then sneaky took it away. I am not joking. He kind of mumbled something about it being for older people or something. It was a 20 CD install. So I start playing it and there's a sex scene off the drop. And then one day it just wasn't on the computer. 2 days later, I didn't get any further. So bad.
That's all used up. It might work.
So this isn't even feminism, because that's an ism. She just goes right
What
for it.
is that? That's an old piece of magical white snake I had left over from last year. With it, you'll be able to communicate with the natural and animal world. You could find that quite helpful.
That's how twee.
Here's my old wand. I don't even know if it works anymore. Most of its power may be gone. You should know that wands are like pets. They've got to get to know you before they'll work for you. Just treat it with care and respect, and hopefully it will do something for you.
So
You'd
you're
better
gonna say
get
we're
going, my boy.
boys.
No
Like, could you
telling
just say it that
what
way?
that confounded Morlock could be up to. You go with him, Cedric. Show him the way.
Oh,
Yes, you. Don't be such a coward.
At least he gave me his owl,
Now
right?
go on. You'd better get started.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate all you've done for me.
I don't know if you've ever read the Xanth books. This was back in the day before, like, they did an LGBTQ twist where they put that into fantasy, and people kind of realized that we were being so blunt with double entendres or portmanteaus, all that whole sort of concrete humor, that
I suggest we visit the
it
town
wasn't
first.
translating.
How about it, Your Majesty?
Please don't call me Your Majesty, Cedric. It's much too formal. I'd like it if you'd just call me Graham.
I'd be delighted to, Graham. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yes, the town. You might be able to find some supplies there. It's just over a little hill to the south. Not too far.
Well then, let's be on our way, Cedric.
So gaming had a really heavy, let's see, I looked around everything, there wasn't anything here. Gaming had a very heavy mysticism base that was drawn from, I want to say Old England. It was also France. I think we skipped Spain. Spain has a very specific religious system that, while it's Protestant and everything, is like way over to the right for most English-speaking cultures. It is Latin-based, but it's not French.
A poisonous snake.
A poisonous snake? Whatever shall we do? Let's see what we got.
A worn dirt path wanders through a thick wood, alive.
Yeah, you can see this overloading the actual game engine. That's why I get ticked about Unreal's. It doesn't need a graphics card like that. What they're actually doing is overloading the engine by making it stitch scenes together in the graphics editor, and they clip if you don't do that. If you have a good enough graphics card, it actually allocates RAM to the point where it can stitch those together seamlessly. That's their problem. Like, that's a programmer needs to figure out, how to do that. That's not my issue that I need to go buy a freaking $1,000 gaming
A large, venomous snake
computer for
blocks
that.
Graham's path.
If I could find a non-crappy immersive, then I would totally do it, but, like, for a churn, like, I mean, I've played, like, Lords of the Fallen and stuff like that, and I'm just like, you inserted sprites in cinema, and that's it, like, give me liberty or give me death, give me storyline or give me Mass Effect, like if Mass Effect didn't run on my computer, but obviously it was so well done that the programmers actually programmed it, like, how do you even...
Cedric waits for Graham.
I'm like trying to freeze here as the voice card goes off. This is why I go back to the basics, though. You know what they say, go back to the beginning if you're ever separated.
If you follow this road along the river, you'll come to the town bakehouse. You might find something delicious. I mean, useful there.
And you can see where it freezes my graphics card. And it does freeze the card, like it'll stop my camera and so on. So I've been trying to make this point for the longest, and some of, the fan base is into, like, game mechanics and game theory and that. Some of y'all are just like, what's a good game? This actually tells you both, and I love going through these games for that reason. I was actually in Bethesda Softworks Elder Scrolls. My dad's Akatosh, I was Elier of Wayrest. We helped them beta test way back in the day, and the only thing I was interested in was game design. They turned out to be a little
The
bit...
quaint little town of Serenia mountain range, which rises sharply to the east.
interested because I knew how to program, so I knew how to ask questions. So they did let me get involved in that, and then a little bit, showed the subsequent games and so on. Used my name, my dad's
You're
handle.
going into town.
Made them
I'll
gods.
just wait for you here. I had a nasty run-in with a big dog once, and I feel much safer out here.
And then I, did my best to return the favor by at least putting out a little buzz in the New York City set who were into this sort of games. That there was something else. It was open world that was coming out, a little bit more adult, and kind of let them know, this stuff is going over the top while we're at it. Unable to stop the crash that was adventure gaming, Russia came in and took over, ironically. They tend to because they're Orthodox, so they cleaned it up a whole lot.
The town is busy with people going about their daily chores.
Made it very cyber heavy, and I'm sure there were a couple of jokes that we didn't get and so on, but really just cleaned it up. So, at least it continued toys. And now that it's simulation based, there's an Eastern bent, which we understand very much. Shoe shop. America's.
While blocking an alleyway, a frustrated man fixes a broken wheel on his wagon.
America is far more Asian than most people think. We have not just as much. A third of our culture is more Asian than Europe, and to Europeans, I'm sure that's astounding, because that's Scandinavia to
How
them.
goes it with you, good fellow?
Not well, I'm afraid. This old wagon's always giving me trouble.
Can I help you in any way?
Thank you kindly, but I think I can handle it.
Scandinavia
All right, then. Good luck.
substitutes socialism, whereas Asia is much more commercial. Like this quid pro quo concept is not foreign to Asia. They just include time management so it doesn't interrupt society. It's not that necessarily that they're socialist, it's they're just it doesn't fall under European standards. And we don't even try, we know that. They're right there.
May I help you, sir?
I apparently need this. I vaguely recall that.
The tailor, an aristocratic-looking man, attends Solicitus tailor shop. The busy tailor shop bustles with activity as Graham looks around.
I kind of vaguely recall they wanted to cash in
Here,
on the
let me
RPG
help you with that.
aspect. And so I had to gear up before I went out. So that was...
Oh, that cloak fits you perfectly. It just looks wonderful on you. Let me tell you, it will certainly keep you toasty warm during the coming winter. Let me know if you wish to buy it.
Okay, so that'll let me go
I
where
don't
there's...
like this at all.
How much is it?
I'm interested in buying something here.
Literally
let me
anything.
show you some things. A fine piece of cloth. With this material, I can make you beautiful shirts. There isn't a more beautiful piece of fabric to be found anywhere. With this, I could make you the finest trousers you've ever had. Well,
Quite the
what do you
statement,
think?
then.
Well, right now I'm just looking. Thanks anyway.
Sure. Whatever you say,
Going out an
I'm
old
just
man
here to help.
socializing. Alright, so let's bounce.
You expect me to wear this?
Don't be rude to the tailor's friend. It's a friendly piece of advice. If cut your measure. Good jokes. Okay, so we'll go over to toys. Sneeze. It kind of brings it full circle where, in New York City especially, the Dutch customs took the place of the Anglified ones, as gaming evolved. So this whole concept of toys and mysticism and everything, they embraced it in that fashion versus other parts of America, which turned around and downplayed it and allowed more Asian influences. I don't know if people are aware, the zombie apocalypse already happened in Asia, and, Europeans and Asians already intermingled there. So, never fear, it had a good outcome. It makes me laugh when people, totally miss on that one. Anyways, I'm Aunt Ginger, this is Let's Play Next. Get some culture with your gaming, find out gaming history, gaming theory, all sorts of good stuff from the way back. I mean, unless you manage to dig up an old gaming company or one that's still going, you're probably not going to find out more information. So drop a comment We're more than happy to talk to you. Hit like, hit subscribe. There's a link next to it. You can share the video, or you can go into the game description and purchase the game. So if you ever want to play along, more than welcome to. Hopefully we brought you something awesome. We loved having you along for the ride. It's always much love, and we'll see you in the next video.